everyone, I'm Sarah from Everyday Starlet. Welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to do the Jaclyn Hill Ride or Die makeup tag because why not? It's Jaclyn Hill, she came up with it. She's a genius, makeup goddess. We're not worthy. I don't know where the Wayne's World reference came from, but anyway. I'm barefaced today because actually when I watched Jaclyn Hill's Ride or Die makeup tag, I was sort of glancing at some of the comments and somebody actually said that they would really love if someone did this tag showing applying the makeup as they were talking about it. So I was like, why not do that? Plus I wanted to have this nice sort of casual setting, like just do kind of a chatty, get ready with me kind of thing. It has been a while since my last video. I hope you guys understand. I'm getting married in like a week. I fully intended to have like a whole like backlog of videos that I could schedule so that there wouldn't be any gaps in scheduling, and then reality of planning a wedding kicked in and I was like, that's not gonna happen. This probably will be my last video until I get back from my honeymoon, so gonna be several weeks before a new video comes up, but I really hope that you guys either stay subscribed if you're already subscribed, or that you guys subscribe to this channel, hit the subscribe button, that I will have, it'll be everywhere. Because next month when I get back from my wedding and my honeymoon and everything, I've got like a ton of videos planned. Some really cool new things I'm testing out, and once I won't be wedding planning anymore, I'm gonna be all about testing out new skincare stuff. I have a backlog of skincare products to test for you guys that are just sitting there waiting for me, that are like, test me, and I'm like, I can't before my wedding. So be prepared for either my skin to get a lot better or a lot worse next month. So anyway, the gist of that was, be sure you subscribe so we can hang out together when I get back. And I will totally be on social media, probably not on my wedding day because I don't think anyone's gonna let me be on social media that day. Our honeymoon, everything, like I'm gonna be on social media, tweeting, snapping, Instagram storying. Is that a thing? I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna be on social media, so all my social media links will be in the description box below. Be sure you follow along with me. So enough rambling, let's get into the Ride or Die makeup tag. Basically the gist of this is these are like my Holy Grail makeup products. Jaclyn Hill was like, these are the products that like if you were stranded on a desert island, this is what you would take. And I'm thinking, I don't know if I was on a desert island if makeup would be my first concern. I'd probably be more worried about food because I do love food. Food and makeup are like, right? They're like even, I think. Like this is the scale. This, I don't know how it, this is raise the roof. This is the scale, right? Okay, anyway, never mind. So I'm gonna get into my Holy Grail makeup products, and I'm gonna kind of generally go by Jaclyn Hill's list. My first product is primer. That's of course goes on your face first. I would say my Holy Grail primer, which is really the only one that I use really, is my Too Faced Primed and Poreless Pure. And this is a pure, and it's been so well loved that the pure is rubbed off on it. I don't use a lot of it. I use it every time I wear makeup, but I don't use a huge amount. I just use a small amount, so it has lasted me. In fact, I bought a new one because I was convinced that this one was empty, and this has still been going for like over a month now. So I feel like this, I don't know if it really helps my makeup last that much longer, but I do feel like it smooths out my skin and it makes my foundation go on evenly, but it doesn't, I don't feel like my skin feels irritated, which is super important for me when it comes to a primer. Now for foundation, I gotta say, if you had asked me maybe a year ago, I would have said the Clinique Super Bounce makeup. I've been using this since high school. Not this one, obviously. I purchased a new one because it would be really expired by then. That foundation has been replaced by my new Holy Grail, which is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I'm in the shade Nude. I do know it's a little difficult to color match with this because it's so new, but I found Nude to be the best shade for me. Has a pump, which is so great. And it's so funny because this Clinique never had a pump, and it was a pain, but like I never appreciated the importance of a pump until I started using foundations that had a pump, and I'm like, why would any foundation not come with a pump now? Like, why would they make it that way? But I don't know. The thing I love about this, it's full coverage, but yet it's so lightweight. Like, you hardly even notice you're wearing it. I don't think I ever feel like I get too much on my skin. Like, I just feel like no matter how much I put on, it never feels like I've put on too much. But you can layer it. It feels so nice on the skin. I usually apply it with my Real Techniques buffing brush, which is my favorite application. I've tried quite a few foundation brushes, and none of them compare to this. I've tried some very expensive ones. None of them compare to this. No matter what I use for a foundation brush, I always go in with my beauty blender. I've also tried other sponges and nothing compares to this. Ta-da! My Holy Grail concealer is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I have it in 3 shades, people. That's how obsessed I am with this concealer. I have a whole concealer video, which is one of my most popular videos on this channel. It's so popular, in fact, that I'm actually thinking about doing a sequel, and I'm actually collecting a few other concealers now to test out so I can do like a part two. I don't know. Anyway, I have the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in 3 different shades. When I want to color correct, I usually use a specific color corrector if I'm doing a formal makeup, but we're just going to go into concealers today. I use the shade Honey, which is a little bit too dark for me, but it has a significant orange tone, so I use that over my dark circles. Sometimes I'll use a color corrector under it, but we're just going into concealers today, so focus on that right now. I have the shade Vanilla, which is a little bit closer to my skin tone, which I will sometimes use under my eyes if I feel like I need a little bit more coverage, but I will also use it on blemishes if I need to, because it is a little bit closer to my actual skin tone. And lastly, I have the shade Chantilly. I use Chantilly more as a highlighter. Actually a little surprised Jaclyn didn't include like a contour powder in here, but whatevs. Now for face powder, I have discovered my absolute holy grail in under eye setting powders. Same one Jaclyn Hill mentioned. It is the RCMA No Color Powder. Love this like you would not believe. It is so perfect for setting under the eyes. I have actually just started using it all over my face. So I will brush it on with this is my Real Techniques setting brush. I also just take some of this and I use my Real Techniques, this is the powder brush from their Bold Metals collection, and I just kind of dust over my face with it. I really like it for all over the face and under the eyes, so why not use it for both? But seeing as though I only gave you one powder for both face and under eye, definitely for under eye, but for all over the face, my Hourglass Ambient Light palette, this center shade here, which is Incandescent Light, which is only available in the palette. The palette is totally worth it. I love dusting it all over the face. I'll concentrate on the high points, but I really will put it all over the face. I mean, it's not for the matte look. It's definitely if you want to glow, but to me, it is just the most natural, luminous glow. Now for blush, I'm kind of a take it or leave it kind of girl when it comes to blush, but if I am going to wear blush, what I typically wear is, probably no surprise, the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Exposed. It is just, it's kind of an intimidating color, I think. I feel like most of the Tarte blushes, they look intimidating in the package, but they just go on like so naturally. They're not like heavily pigmented, which I appreciate in a blush. I do have a drugstore dupe of this. I have a video about it, which I will link to this video. You know, they're both good. And honestly, when it comes to blush, I could kind of take it or leave it. My cheeks are naturally really rosy. As far as Holy Grail, like bronzers go, it's relatively new to my collection, but I'm obsessed with it. Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Mine is in the shade Light Bronzer, which I believe is the lighter of the 2 shades. For me, this is just, smells amazing. It smells like summer. Like, it just, such a natural look. It never looks like orangey. It's just this nice golden glow. I feel like if you are a fair-skinned, cool-toned person, then this is the bronzer for you. Now, as far as highlighter, there's stiff competition. I have an obscene collection of highlighters. Don't ask me how I got so many. I actually have a review of all my highlighters. The one that I always go back to, and I like it in both cream form, and I do not like cream highlighters, but I like it in cream and powder form, it is the Becca Moonstone. I know everyone is obsessed with Champagne Pop. I know Jaclyn Hill put Champagne Pop in her video because it's obviously her highlighter. I feel for my skin tone and just for me, like the Moonstone is the way to go. In the summertime, I've been using like the liquidy version more, but I love them both actually. My favorite thing to do is apply it with my fan brush there's a lot of fan brushes out there. I feel like they work really well. It's just the first fan brush I ever had was the Sephora one, so that's what I tend to use. And I feel like it's just the perfect shade on me. I even really like it as an inner corner highlight as well. Now, I made a list of Jaclyn Hill's, and like I have the list here, and I could have sworn she did brows. And I don't have brows on the list, so I don't know where. I'm gonna throw in brows. Brows are tricky for me, because I'm kind of in like a brow renaissance, maybe. If you'd asked me again maybe like a year ago, I would have been Brow Wiz is the only thing for me. But since I did a video where I tested all my brow products side by side, I've actually been liking my Maybelline Define-A-Brow a little bit more. Never thought I would say that, but I've been liking it a tiny bit more. Don't like that it doesn't have a spoolie, it just has this comb thing. That I don't like, but I don't know. I don't want to go out on a limb and be like, this is a dupe or it's better. I don't know. It's just, I'm still working it out. But the biggest surprise of my life, the first like 2 times I think I've ever used this was on camera. I think I used this in a vlog, and then I used this in my brow review video. This is the Hourglass Arch Brow Sculpting Pencil in Platinum Blonde. I hated it. I really hated it. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to learn to love this. I kind of fallen in love with it. This is like the only thing, not the only thing I use right now, but will explain to you what I've been doing lately. It's got a weird shape to it, but for me, I guess I've been wearing my brows fuller, and at first I thought it was just way too dark on me. I think I actually, in my brow video, I said I looked evil. I find it goes so quick to fill in my brows and give them a little bit more of a thicker look. And I've actually been going in and going a little bit heavier in the middle and on the ends, and I don't focus too much on the front. One thing I will say, complaint I have about this, spoolie on the end, and then there's the pencil end, not a problem. But the cap on the spoolie end is this really narrow cap, and the cap on the pencil end is this really long thing. So if I'm going really quick and I accidentally like try to put the spoolie end, which I've done many times, on the pencil end, it smushes down the pencil. And I don't like that. That's my one major complaint about it. You have to really pay attention to the fact that you're putting the spoolie end on the side. But this is becoming my Holy Grail pencil, and that is really, really weird. But anyway, to finish my brows, what I frequently do is then I'll go in with my Maybelline Define-A-Brow in the front, and I'll just kind of use the finer pencil to just kind of fill in the front a little bit, because it's a little bit more of a subtle pencil because it's thinner. The only edge I would really give to the Brow Wiz is that this Maybelline, the tip wears down pretty quickly. And then of course I go in with my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, which smells so good and just kind of holds everything in place. That's my brow routine. Jaclyn Hill had eyeshadow palettes. I don't know if I could pick an eyeshadow palette. This is gonna be weird. I don't know if I could pick an eyeshadow palette because I feel like it depends on what I'm in the mood for. Ironically, I can pick an eyeshadow. My absolute Holy Grail Ride or Die eyeshadow, and I've heard rumors that they might be getting rid of these and replacing them with the pencil, but it is the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Bad to the Bronze. This shade, first of all, if you have blue eyes, you need this shade in your life. I feel like it just brings out blue eyes like no other. This is my absolute, I couldn't pick a palette because I need to be in the mood for whichever palette I'm using, but I'm always in the mood for this eyeshadow. Always, always, always. I actually go in with my fingers initially to apply it, and then lately what I've been doing, and I don't think this is necessarily necessary, I bought this like micro mini beauty blender, and I really wasn't using it for anything, and then I kind of just like stumbled upon using it to smooth out cream eyeshadow, and I've been loving it. So I don't necessarily think that you have to run out and buy this, but I really have liked it for like blending in cream eyeshadow. Jaclyn Hill did her favorite false lashes. I'm not gonna do false lashes. I haven't really tried enough of them, I think, to really give you an accurate view. So I'm gonna do my Holy Grail liquid eyeliner, which has gotta be my Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper. For mascara, I would say my favorite right now is the Clarins Truly Waterproof Mascara. I heard about this from In The Fro, from her channel, and it's really hard to find in the US. I don't know if it's more common in the UK. I'm gonna actually list a favorite that's one that's more accessible for everyone, and that is the Maybelline Lash Sensational. I feel like if you have very straight lashes that don't curl very easily, the Maybelline Lash Sensational is the way to go. Okay, now she has lipstick, liquid lipstick, and gloss. I'm not gonna put them all on, obviously, because that'd be way too much stuff on my lips. I rarely wear regular lipstick nowadays, which is weird because I love like the old Hollywood feel of it, like the look of it, the way it applies, like I love it. It just doesn't last long enough on me. I feel like I need a long wearing liquid lipstick. I'm very picky about them, but that's the way to go. But if I'm gonna wear regular lipstick, I think this is the most underrated MAC lip color out there. It is MAC Red. It's just called MAC Red. To me, honestly, if you have like cool toned skin, it is just the perfect blue red. It's a satin formula, so it's not too glossy, but it's not too matte. It's just a beautiful formula. For a red, this is to me the ideal shade, and I think it's so underrated. I've become obsessed with lip liners lately, so I'm gonna throw in my favorite lip liner. It needs to be sharpened, hang on. And this is Maxor, and I know that it's like trendy right now, so everybody's like, oh, I'm in love with it, I'm in love with it. For me, it's just the perfect shade for my lips. Like, it makes any lip color I put over it look that much better. I mean, it's natural enough on me for like overlining that it's not, I can't talk and do this at the same time, but it's just, for me, it's the absolute perfect shade, trendy or not. Favorite liquid lipstick is tricky because I've loved a lot of them. If I were to go with my Holy Grail liquid lipstick in formula, is the Kat Von D Everlasting liquid lipsticks. To me, they're just the best. They're not like too drying, but they're matte, but they're amazing. I love them. And I also feel like every shade I've tried of them, even if it's a shade that I'm like, I don't think it's gonna look good on me, I don't normally look good in that shade, and it actually somehow looks good on my skin. I don't know what it is, but Kat Von D is just, I don't know if she puts like magic in here. Favorite shade is tricky. I mean, I am a red lover, and I do love her reds. I have to say the perfect sort of like neutral, like it's not really a nude, but it's like a pink mauve shade. And I've tried a lot of these like type sort of mauvey nude shades on me, and a lot of them either look like too gray or too washed out or too whatever. Lovesick. I gotta say, it's the best, especially when I layer it with Soar. For me, it's just the absolute best combo. I feel like it has like just the right hint of pink, just the right hint of like it being like a lavender, but just the right amount of, it's not really a nude, but it's a neutral on me. I don't know, everything about it, I love. Holy Grail. I know Jaclyn mentioned a gloss. I'm not a fan of lip glosses. This isn't really a gloss, but it is something that I love, and I usually put it on actually before my lipstick at night and actually before I put my makeup on. It's the Lip Fusion XXL. I've tried the XL and I've tried the XXL. I think I like the XXL a little bit better. They're both good, but I think I like this one a little bit better. It's great for plumping, but I don't feel like it plumps the lips, but for me it doesn't have that like burning feeling. You know, sometimes you put on like a lip plumper and you feel like you need to like grip onto something because it's painful, but I love this. So it's not really a gloss, but it's a lip product that's shiny. So as far as setting sprays go, I haven't really tried a lot of setting sprays. I did a video reviewing the setting sprays that I own. I don't really remember to use setting spray all that often, but the one that I'm probably gonna use on my wedding day, or I am gonna use on my wedding day, because it's really the only one that I think really makes too much of a difference in my skin, is the Urban Decay All-Nighter Makeup Setting Spray, long lasting. I don't really know if it makes a huge, that was too much. I don't really know if it makes a huge amount of difference, but it can't hurt, right? I didn't bring any fragrances over, so hang on, I'll be right back. Now, as far as fragrance goes, I know everyone's supposed to just pick one. That's the point of this. But I have to pick a line of fragrances, like a brand, because I don't know if I could pick one. They're all relatively new to me, but honestly, they're the only perfumes I'll wear now, and that is basically Tom Ford fragrances. I've collected an obscene amount because they are very expensive, but they're so worth it. Like for me, I feel like every other fragrance I've ever used like I'll spray it on, it'll smell nice for a little while, but then like as the day goes by, it's just gone. And I know people are like, oh, you can't smell it on you, of course, because it's on you, but like, I feel like it doesn't exist. And probably like my favorite, which I haven't been wearing as much in the summertime, but I feel like as soon as it gets to be fall, I'm probably gonna wear it every day, is the Tom Ford Noir. This is probably my favorite. I don't really know why, I don't know. And I really wanna try more Tom Ford because for me, like they're pricey, but I feel like most fragrances are pricey, so why not spend your money on a good one that's gonna last and you're gonna want to wear all the time. And I feel like I'm never disappointed. That was the Ride or Die makeup tag inspired by Jaclyn Hill. If you guys do this tag, or you know, you have any favorites, Holy Grail favorites that you want to recommend to me, let me know. Leave in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Love to hear your recommendations. When I did my review of setting powders, I didn't have my RCMA powder. It was because a viewer recommended it to me in the description box. I went out and got this, and now it's my Holy Grail. So, I mean, I totally love your suggestions. It helps me out. It helps other people out that read the comments because, again, I decided to do this video because of the comment section in Jaclyn Hill's video. So, we're just all one big happy family. I hope you guys subscribe to this channel, and I hope you guys bear with me if I'm not getting videos uploaded regularly until I get back from my honeymoon. But I'm telling you, when I get back, there's gonna be some really amazing videos coming. Some I have filmed, I just haven't gotten a chance to edit, and some I have planned to film. It's gonna be super fun, so be sure you hit the subscribe button. Do not forget. If you do this video, let me know. I might tag some people in the description box, but I tag everyone. I tag everyone to do this video because everyone should do this video. They just should. So if you do it, let me know. You can tweet me, comment, Snapchat, anything. Be sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you join me next time.